5:34 on TSN 690. Welcome back to Game Points. I'm your host, Matthew Ross. Mo Khan is with me. Sean Coleman on the board. Stefano Micella helping us out. We're going to talk some football here in this segment with our next guest. You can find him on twitter.com/SJ19_19SJ. It is from your Montreal Alouettes, SJ Green. How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you guys?
I am very well. Mo, you want to explain what that theme song was?
Well, I think S.J. Green should know what the theme song is.
It sounds like the University of South Florida marching band stuff.
That is correct. Do you know?
Man.
Do you know the words to the fight song?
Absolutely not.
You were too busy on the field back then, right?
Exactly. I remember the tune, but I don't know the words.
SJ, of course, this offseason has been quite the roller coaster. A new coaching staff in place. Anthony Calvillo retires. Chad Johnson joins the team here. In your mind, how has the offseason gone for you in getting prepared for the training camp in a few weeks' time?
Oh, it's been awesome, man. I've got to sit back and spend some time with my family, wife, and kids, and just get a chance to reflect on last year and all that was accomplished and all that was not accomplished, and just a time to work out and just be home with my family, and also time to look forward to what 2014 has to offer for the Montreal Alouettes, and I'm looking forward to it all.
Now, obviously, you've had a chance to meet the new coach. Your thoughts on Coach Higgins?
Coach Higgins is an excellent guy. My first impression of Higgins, he kind of reminded me of Mark Trestman. Not to make comparisons at all, because they're two different people, but my first impression was he kind of gave me remembrance of Mark Trestman, and that was a good vibe. And I got to meet him at minicamp down in Vero Beach in Florida, and that was an awesome experience. I got to meet him and talk to him a little bit before and after practice, and I got a good vibe from the whole thing. I'm excited about this season, and Tom Higgins has pretty much he's gonna have us ready. We're gonna be excited to play for him.
SJ, looking at Troy Smith from last year to the OTAs that you guys had not too long ago, where has he improved as a quarterback at the CFL level?
I would have to say mostly his knowledge of the game and just understanding of the game, because it's hard to say exactly what he's improved on up to date because we haven't played any real games since last year. But and I've only got to spend 3 days with Troy since the end of the season, which was in minicamp. And from that point, his knowledge of the game has improved. He automatically commands control of the room when he's in the meeting room, and players respond to that. And like I said, all the players are amped up about this season, and just looking forward to working with Troy, working with a new OC, Warman, and working with Tom Higgins as well. Just getting this culture reestablished and having a successful season.
In terms of the, news around that captivated a lot of people, obviously, was the signing of Chad Johnson, and whether or not he's on the final roster is another point. But from your perspective in the wide receiving core, you guys have had, obviously, over the years, many names from the NFL that have at least come to training camp in the past, but this one kind of feels a little different when you have, 3.4 million followers on Twitter, and obviously a falling out from the NFL because of personal issues and all that kind of stuff. What did you think of Chad Johnson, the man, when you met him in Florida recently?
To be completely honest with you guys, I have nothing but good things to say about Chad. I met Chad. I spoke with Chad a couple of times in minicamp. We got to hold a couple of conversations and work together on the field and be in the meeting room together. And he's a great guy, man. He really is. And I'm looking forward to working with him and learning from him. He didn't come in with a chip on his shoulder, coming from the NFL like a lot of guys do. And it was just a pleasure to be around him and work with him. And I'm just looking forward to being able to see him work in practice on a daily basis and see what I can steal for him to add to my repertoire of my own.
SJ, with Calvillo now retired in the sunset of his career, do you look at yourself as being a team leader of this roster, considering that the older generation of guys, Brian Chu, Brian Braden, Calvillo included, have all moved on post-football career?
I'm sorry, I didn't understand that. I didn't get the last question, Mo.
Are you looking at yourself being the team leader of the roster now, considering that Chu, Brian Braden, Calvillo have all moved on post-football career, and now with you being the face of the franchise, are you that team leader for this football roster?
You're calling him old, Mo.
I hope not, but To be honest, Mo, I do consider myself a leader on this team. Guys look to me to make plays. They look to me to lead by example, and that's something I take pride in. I like to push my teammates to be the best that they can be, and it's a role that I'm open to. It's a role that I've accepted over the last year, I would say, and I'm excited about it because I know that it's a role that is respected in the locker room, and I just hope that I can give these guys what they need as leader of this offense and of this organization and team, and it's something I take pride in.
Now, does that mean that you got to wear like a sash? Is there like an orientation day? I mean, what kind of stuff do you do as, what do some of the leaders do in that locker room for some of the younger players or some of the players coming over from other leagues?
I won't say they have to wear a sash or anything, Matt, but it's just, I'm myself in the locker room. From the guys that showed me the way when I first came in the league in 2007, the Elijah Thurman, the Jamel Richardson, the Anthony Calvillos, the Ben Calhoun, Anwar Stewarts, those guys showed me the way. And I feel as if I've been in this league going on 8 years as of 2014, and I feel as if it's my turn to, start showing guys the way as I've tried to do in the past. And it's just something that kind of comes naturally. It's nothing that you have to be groomed into. It just kind of happens. It's either in you or it's not. And I always look to help guys. I always look to help others, and guys that come in and have discouraging situations, guys that aren't playing that feel that they should be playing. And we all know that I went through that situation for my first 2 years of my career, and I try to help those guys out. Young guys coming in trying to learn the offense and get acclimated to the league, the coaching staff, the style of play, the game that we play. All those things come into play, and it's something that, like I said, it just happens naturally, and it's something that I've grown into, and I look forward to continuing this year and trying to, not just better the guys that come in, but just better our entire team and help our entire team, take that next step and get back to that Grey Cup where we know we belong.
Game Points with Matthew Ross. You're listening to myself, Matthew, obviously Mo Khan here as well, talking to S.J. Green of the Montreal Alouettes.
S.J., with the Lakers not in the NBA playoffs, have you become a Bobcats fan?
Absolutely not, man. Absolutely not. And I knew, it's funny, Mo, I knew you were going to say something about the Lakers. I just had a feeling because I'm up there actually watching some of these games now. And I'm disappointed my Lakers are not in the playoffs. However, I'm a Florida guy, so I like the Heat, but I don't like the Heat because I don't want to see them three-peat like the Lakers did, because I don't think that, all those guys teaming up together is a ethical way to do things in the NBA. But I'm a fan of basketball. I love watching the game, and I've been with these playoffs. It's probably the most what's what I'm looking for, the most intriguing, exciting playoff that we've had in the first round in a long time in the NBA. And no, I'm not a Charlotte Bobcats fan, though. Absolutely not.
Now, what kind of city you play in. Have you been reading the box scores and seeing that the Canadians are about to take on the Bruins in the second round next week?
I did not know who they were taking on next, but I did realize that they swept my Tampa Bay Lightning because I am a Tampa guy, and they swept my Lightning. I was hoping that we could at least get one win out of the series and not go home so shameful with 0 wins in the series. But maybe next year. We had a run back in 2003. I think they won a title in 2003 or 2004.
Yep.
Where they won the title. And hopefully we can get back to that form sooner or later. But I'm not a hockey guy. I just like to see Tampa do good.
All right, fair enough. But the correct answer is, I hope Montreal beats Boston.
Well, I do hope Montreal. And I tweeted this also. Being that it is Montreal that beat my Lightning, I can't be too upset because I have time with both. It's either the Lightning or the other half, one or the other.
Ashley, are you going to join us in studio one of these days when you come up to Montreal for the season?
If you guys invite me over, Mo, I'll be there. I will.
All right. Well, Brandon was here many times last season, right? So you gotta make an appearance.
I would love to make an appearance, and I should actually call Brandon now and get on him for not inviting me to come with him to the studio.
That's true.
That's what I should do. But I'll wait to camp and I'll get on him about that in camp. But if you guys would love to have me, man, I would love to be there and come on, be a part of the show live.